right? So unfortunately, long gone are the days in the rest of the world. We're still catching up, right? And so what I tell people, and this is the truth, feeding your parrot nothing but sunflower seeds is the equivalent of feeding your child nothing but butter, okay? You will kill your bird. Parrots are meant to live a long, long, long time, and the majority that I see all come in for the same problem. It is all underlying poor nutrition, which then leaves them susceptible to many other diseases. If you feed them properly, you can avoid these problems. And by the time I see a bird in the clinic with respiratory disease or gastrointestinal disease associated with a lifetime of a crappy diet, first of all, it's very hard to fix the diet at that point, because what kid used to eating butter all day long wants to all of a sudden eat broccoli, right? So it's difficult to get them to eat properly after that. And secondly, when a bird shows signs of being clinically ill, it is usually so advanced that it's very hard to reverse it. So, I always see them on the end of things where I feel very frustrated that I can't help them and I can't fix them. Really, what we need to do is educate our population about how you feed birds. Again, I'll guide you to that website because the information is there. It is accessible. Like, I wish I could ban pet stores and grocery stores from, selling bags of sunflower seeds to bird owners. And I hear it every single day. I'm like, well, my grandmother had a bird and lived to be 30 and it ate nothing but sunflower seeds. Right. But they're supposed to live to be 70. So that's still half of its life expectancy. And it's also, they live in poor health. So that's just not fair. The reality is we live where macaws are and where Amazons are, and we don't have sunflowers. So much like they also don't have boobs and they don't produce milk, they don't eat sunflower seeds all day long. That is not what they do. So nowadays, thank goodness, there's a lot of people that have done great work in bird nutrition. It's taken longer because it's harder to figure out what birds need. But now we have it. And there are pelleted diets, much like chow for dogs, that provide them with all the vitamins and minerals they need. Birds need to be fed primarily that. Yes, it's hard to find it in Trinidad, but if you're going to be a bird owner, you need to find it. And Panton's Pet Store, they import a brand called Rowdy Bush. It's the only one that we can locally get. I'm not I don't get money from sales from Pantene, so I'm not telling you this to try to earn money. I'm telling you this because I really want to see people feed their birds properly so they can live the long, healthy lives free of some of these diseases that I see on a regular basis. I think it really honestly is one of the things that breaks my heart as a veterinarian, is to see, birds that have been fed these horrible diets for years and years, and now they're suffering and dying and they didn't need to. And it's all just from poor nutrition. It's all just because everybody thinks that you're supposed to feed birds sunflower seeds. You're really not. Sunflower seeds or any seeds or nuts in a bird's diet should be occasional treats.
I hear you. As we wrap up, is there one final message that you would like to leave with our listeners about animal nutrition?
Oh, yes. I think, think about nutrition as a way of keeping your pet healthy and out of the vet clinic. I always encourage people to try to spend the most that they can afford to on the nutrition for their pets, because, in the long run, it saves you. It saves you money at the vet clinic. It saves you heartache when your pet has diseases that might have been prevented if they were on a better diet, so I encourage people to really look. And it doesn't mean you have to be a fancy brand or anything like that. Just make sure that it's formulated by a veterinary nutritionist, no matter what you're buying for any animal. That could be a guinea pig. Make sure that they have research and development as part of how they develop their food. Make sure that they do all their homework and that you're getting the best that you can afford to.
Yes. So thank you very much, Dr. Cappon, for speaking with me. And I hope that we can speak again very soon about all of the other issues that we didn't have time to go into today.
Sure, I don't mind at all. Thanks so much.
So that was Emily Cappon. A lot to digest, I know. See what I did there? But very important information for every pet owner. So much so that there's no room for my commentary. So every week, I ask my guests to describe an animal in need of foster or adoption and feature its picture on the Animalia socials. This week, we have a handsome boy cat looking for a forever home. So here's Dr. Cappon's Rescue Me.
Liam is a 9-week-old kitten looking for a home. He is super sweet. He loves cuddles. He's really good with other animals. Pretty easygoing, but has moments of kitten funness where he loves to run around and play. Really hoping to find him a good home, and if anybody is interested, they can call 384-8387.
And that's episode 11 of Animalia. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new about what you should be feeding your pets. It seems like a lot to consider, but it really will improve their lives, allowing you to enjoy them for many years to come. Remember that a new episode drops every Friday, and you can find the link on our socials, Animalia the Pod on Facebook and Instagram, and now on our website at animaliathepod.weebly.com. If you like what you hear and you want to appear on the podcast, shoot me an email at animaliathepod@gmail.com or message me on the back end of the socials. Thanks again to Dr. Emily Cappon, and thank you for listening. I'm Natasha, and until next time, take good care and remember, a balanced diet is a great way to love off your pets. Bye-bye.